Imagine walking into a store and seeing two watches sitting side by side, one from Apple, the other from Google. Both look sleek, both promise to make your life easier, and both claim to be the smartest watch you'll ever own. But here's the catch. They take very different approaches to what a smartwatch should be. The Apple Watch Series 11 builds on years of refinement with a familiar design and new health features, while the Google Pixel Watch 4 pushes boundaries with futuristic design and AI-driven smarts. So which one really deserves a place on your wrist? Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know, so by the end, you'll know exactly which watch is right for you. Let's start with what you'll notice right away: the design. Apple hasn't reinvented the wheel this year, but they've definitely refined it. The Series 11 continues with the same rectangular design language we've come to expect, available in 42 and 46mm sizes. It's instantly recognizable as an Apple Watch, and that's part of its appeal. It looks polished, clean, and professional. But there are some subtle upgrades. The aluminum versions now come with a ceramic coating that makes them twice as scratch-resistant compared to the Series 10. Titanium versions keep their sapphire glass protection, which is fantastic for durability. In short, the Series 11 is still that sleek, modern watch that blends easily into both casual and formal settings. The Pixel Watch 4, however, is all about bold changes. Google has leaned heavily into its circular identity, and this time they've introduced the Actua 360 dome display. That means the display itself curves with the glass, creating a seamless, almost futuristic look. It's not just about looks though. The bezels are noticeably slimmer, giving you a 10% larger active screen area. The screen is also brighter than almost any other smartwatch out there, topping out at a staggering 3,000 nits. That's brighter than many smartphones and makes outdoor visibility a breeze. If you want a watch that screams innovation and stands out from the crowd, the Pixel Watch 4 has the design edge. Apple's display is no slouch either. The Series 11 continues with an always-on Retina display that's sharp and vibrant. It may not hit Pixel's insane brightness levels, but Apple has perfected color accuracy and smoothness, especially with how watch faces adapt in different light environments. For most people, both displays will look excellent in daily use. But if you spend a lot of time outdoors, the Pixel Watch 4's higher brightness is a clear advantage. Both watches are rated for 5 ATM water resistance and IP68 dust protection, so swimming and everyday exposure aren't issues. Apple focuses on premium materials with its titanium and sapphire glass models, ensuring they hold up well over time. But when it comes to repairability, the Pixel Watch 4 is a game changer. Google has designed it so the battery and display can be replaced with simple tools, making it much more sustainable. If you value longevity and the ability to repair rather than replace, Google has a clear advantage here. Underneath the glass, the differences become clearer. The Apple Watch Series 11 runs on the S10 chip, which is the same silicon introduced last year with the Series 10. That might sound disappointing at first, but Apple has made optimizations that keep the watch smooth and reliable. More importantly, the big story here is 5G support for the cellular models. This makes a huge difference if you rely on your watch away from your phone. Streaming music, using maps, or sending messages all become faster and more reliable. Google, on the other hand, went with Qualcomm's Snapdragon W5 Gen 2 chip, paired with a dedicated coprocessor that handles background low-power tasks. This setup helps conserve energy while keeping performance responsive. The watch runs on Wear OS 6, which feels more polished than earlier versions and supports AI features like on-device Gemini integration. Both watches are fast, but the Pixel Watch 4 might feel a touch snappier thanks to the new processor and the software optimizations Google has rolled out. This is where both watches really shine, but in different ways. Apple Series 11 introduces two headline features: hypertension detection and a sleep score system. Hypertension detection uses the heart sensor and algorithms to monitor for potential high blood pressure trends. It's not a replacement for medical devices, but it's a useful tool for early awareness. The sleep score condenses your nightly data, sleep stages, restlessness, consistency, into a simple rating you can check each morning. Add this to the established lineup of sensors like ECG, blood oxygen monitoring, fall detection, and fitness rings, and Apple continues to deliver one of the most user-friendly health experiences on the market. Google's Pixel Watch 4 goes wider with its health arsenal. It has a new skin temperature sensor, dual-frequency GPS for more precise location tracking, and over 50 workout modes, including some trendy additions like pickleball and basketball. The watch can also automatically detect when you started a workout, saving you the trouble of remembering to press start. Sleep tracking has been improved as well, with more accurate sleep stage detection. All this is powered by Fitbit's platform, which offers in-depth health metrics and reports. If you're a data enthusiast or fitness fanatic, the Pixel Watch 4 provides a more granular look at your health. The choice here largely comes down to which ecosystem you're invested in. Apple's Watch is the ultimate companion for iPhone users. It integrates seamlessly with iMessage, Apple Pay, Maps, Siri, and the broader Apple ecosystem. If you're already using an iPhone, Mac, or iPad, the Series 11 just clicks into your daily routine without effort. Google takes a different path by leaning into AI. The Pixel Watch 4 runs on Wear OS 6 and introduces on-device Gemini integration. One standout feature is Raise to Talk. Just lift your wrist and speak, no need for a wake word. It also supports ultra-wideband, NFC payments, LTE, and even satellite SOS, which lets you contact emergency services when you're outside cell coverage. For Android users, especially those deep in Google services like Gmail, Maps, and Assistant, the Pixel Watch 4 is a natural extension of that experience. Battery life has always been a point of debate with smartwatches. Apple claims up to 24 hours of use with the Series 11, which is an improvement over past models. The real star here is the fast charging. Just 15 minutes of charging gives you around 8 hours of use. For people who wear their watch all day, take it off for a quick charge before bed, and then use it again for sleep tracking, this is very practical. The Pixel Watch 4 takes a more ambitious approach. The smaller 41mm model promises about 30 hours of use with the always-on display active, while the larger 45mm version extends that to about 40 hours. Switch into battery saver mode, and those numbers jump to 48 and 72 hours respectively. That's a huge leap compared to earlier Pixel Watches, and puts it in direct competition with Apple's offering. Charging is also fast, 0 to 50% in about 15 minutes, and a full charge in under an hour. If long battery life is a top priority, especially for overnight trips or workouts, Google gives you a bit more flexibility. Both watches sit in the premium price category. The Apple Watch Series 11 starts at $399 for the base GPS model, with prices going higher for cellular and titanium versions. The Pixel Watch 4 pricing varies depending on the size and whether you choose LTE, but it's positioned in a similar range. Value ultimately depends on the features you prioritize and, more importantly, which smartphone you use. Apple's Watch won't work with Android, and the Pixel Watch 4 is designed for Android only, so your phone largely dictates your choice. So, are you leaning toward Apple's tried-and-true design or Google's bold new approach? Let me know in the comments which one wins your vote, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more deep dive comparisons just like this.